Namaste. So I'm going to talk a little bit about a very interesting case that I have studied together with Drambolo in 1990s. Actually, I think it was 93 or 94. There was a TV channel in USA, and it wasn't Gaia and it wasn't Nova, that's by sure. And I was with Drambolo and we were watching this very interesting case from South America. A child, his parents, they really love lizards. They worship lizards in a sense that they would bring food for lizards, they would speak with lizards, they did everything for lizards, they became friends with lizards. They have hundreds of lizards around them, small, big, iguanas, all of them living in love and peace. It was a paradise for lizards, let me put it like that. And their firstborn, a boy, he grew with lizards. Now he could see hundreds of times, you know, he was a child, he would pull a tail of a lizard, the tail will just remain there, and then he would see with his own eyes how that tail is growing in, let's say, 5 minutes. Now the parents didn't understand what's going on. When the child started to become, let's say, close to, I think he didn't go to the elementary school yet. I think he was 5 when it happened. He was going out and this tractor with this thing that is collecting the grains, he was passing. He played there, he was in the grain, his left hand was there. So it passed that thing, he literally, it took this, from the elbow down, his hand was gone. Now, he screamed once, enough for the driver of the tractor to hear. He saw it, he realized the child will die soon. And that time, no mobile phones, he had to run to the farm to call the doctor. So they called the doctor, the ambulance came. Now, that was at least 25 minutes. And the parents were running. When they ran there, he had both hands, and half of the other hand was near him. There were 3 hands there. Me and Drambolo, they showed picture on this TV channel with the, they took some picture. Their camera were they had this Kodak instant camera at that time. So they took some very interesting pictures. You could see still like drops of blood of the hand that grew. The hand was like my hand. And the father, he would keep his hand, the hand of the boy, in showing in a picture. It was like crazy. I mean, I look at Drambolo look at me. Now, so the belief patterns, we're talking about belief patterns. So that child, he was thinking like a lizard. It's exactly what Joe Dispenza did with his spine. He grew up his spine back in his accident, right? So I don't believe there's something special here, maybe from our perspective, because we are, you know, bound to this way of thinking. But I believe, and I know actually, if you start with a belief pattern that it tells you can levitate, I believe since you are a child and you continue with this, because now I understood, we are interested about the follow-up, the child change. Yeah, he's drinking, smoking, we heard some rumors, taking drugs and all this. But you see how the belief patterns influence human behavior. So that was a very interesting case that it really remained for me as a sort of benchmark how a human mind, and it doesn't matter you are 4 or 5 years old or you are 8 years old. The thing is that a human could do that. Of course, the environment is important, age probably is important, the way how the belief patterns are coming from society, but it is all the clear case that we can do it. Namaste.